Mayor Ed Lee made history as the city's first Asian American mayor. He was just 65 years old.
The mayor was shopping at the Safeway on Monterey Boulevard last night when he collapsed around 10 o'clock. He was rushed to Zuckerberg General Hospital. Paramedics reported the mayor was in cardiac arrest. Doctors worked on him for several hours, but Mayor Lee was pronounced dead just after 1 a.m., surrounded by family and friends.
City leaders gathered outside the hospital at around 3 a.m. to make the announcement. Many were seen hugging and consoling each other.
Our thoughts and prayers are with his wife, Anita, his daughters, Tanya and Brianna, and his entire family.
Just a few hours ago, Chopper 5 overhead as the mayor's body, draped in an American flag, was moved from the medical examiner's office to a funeral home in Daly City. Firefighters stood on overpasses along the route. The solemn procession was led by a police escort.
We have a series of reports, beginning with KPIX 5's political reporter Melissa Kane on the shock and sadness at City Hall. Melissa?
Yeah, Liz, today, tears and, as you said, shock here at City Hall as the rotunda filled up with people here to grieve and to confirm that this is all really happening and to find out what happens next.
Something that we don't see every day in politics, a good, decent human being.
San Francisco Giants CEO Larry Baer with high praise for Mayor Lee, who left big shoes to fill for acting Mayor London Breed.
I ask for your patience, and I ask for your support, and I ask for your prayers.
Breed suggested that Mayor Lee's policies would continue.
And in the months ahead, let's carry on in Mayor Lee's honor.
But it was City Attorney Dennis Herrera who laid out the rules for what's ahead.
There will be an election June 5th, 2018, where the next mayor will be chosen to fulfill the unexpired term of Mayor Lee, and that term will end on January the 8th, 2020.
Between now and June 5th, the Board of Supervisors can vote to appoint an interim mayor, but they don't have to.
Should they choose not to take any action, Mayor Breed will be both the acting mayor and the president of the Board of Supervisors.
But some members of the board might not be happy with Breed holding both of the city's most powerful positions for 6 months.
What occurs over the course of the next several months will be determined by what actions, if any, the Board of Supervisors chooses to take.
Now, today, the Board of Supervisors held their regularly scheduled Tuesday meeting, but they did not discuss or vote on a new mayor. Liz?
And Melissa, if the board votes to appoint a new mayor eventually, does he or she have to be a member of the Board of Supervisors?
You know, you might think with all the talk, but actually no. Actually, a person just has to be qualified to be mayor, and that means they have to be a San Francisco resident and be registered to vote and able to vote in the city of San Francisco. So theoretically, the field is wide open. Liz?
All right, Melissa Kane live at City Hall for us. Thank you, Melissa. The mayor was on the job yesterday. Our cameras were there as Mayor Lee announced plans for mobile recycling centers. State Senator Scott Wiener was with the mayor at the fundraiser only hours before Lee passed.
The mayor and I had a press conference together, and he was his normal self, joking, just being a nice guy, which is what he was.
In his final tweet, the mayor wrote this: "Today we introduce legislation to recoup costs from landlords who illegally house people in unsafe dwellings. We need to continue to build safe housing at all income levels. Hashtag housing for all." Now, reaction is also pouring in from people who knew Mayor Lee outside the office. KPIX 5 reporter Jackie Ward spoke with some of his neighbors today. She continues our coverage from Dugan's Mortuary in Daly City, where the mayor's body now rests. Jackie?
Ken, the flag is being flown here at HATS staff out of respect for Mayor Lee. He lived in the Glen Park neighborhood of San Francisco for a really long time, and the people in that area say he was truly connected to the community. In a city that's home to hundreds of thousands of people, Glen Park is a tight-knit neighborhood that Ed Lee called home for decades. Some of the local vendors here said that it wasn't unusual to see Mayor Lee bopping around this area, running errands like everyone else. Richard Tarlov co-owns Glen Canyon Market and saw him just a couple of weeks ago.
I was just stunned that suddenly he's gone. Because I was really kind of thinking about what a great job I thought he was doing for our city, actually, in a really difficult, turbulent time.
Leo Parker says he's been delivering Mayor Lee's packages for 30-something years. Leo said he'll never forget when the mayor personally went down to the UPS facility after the shooting there a few months ago to specifically check on Leo.
As far as I'm concerned, he's always been a great guy, and always kind and thoughtful. So when he came down to, personally ask if I was okay, I have a lot of respect for him.
Small business owners had respect for him, too. They saw Mayor Lee's support frequently, and that really meant something.
The tone that Mayor Lee set was across the board just a really good and healthy one. I really appreciated his representation of all the different parts of the city.
And people who live in Glen Park tell me you could always count on him for a smile. In fact, when Leo told the mayor his buddies didn't believe he was the mayor's UPS driver, Lee agreed to take this selfie as proof.
One day I was trying to catch him in the morning and he had just taken off, but I left the big flat screen TV by his garage door. And when he saw me later about it, he laughed about it. He was like, good spot.
That's how Glen Park is remembering their neighbor as the regular guy who really cared for his home and the people who live in it. And long before he was the mayor of the city and county of San Francisco, he was an activist and an attorney at the Asian Law Caucus. We'll speak to the people who work there and hear from them later on at 6:30 tonight about what he meant to them. In Daly City, Jackie Ward, KPIX 5.
Well, this reaction today from Senator Dianne Feinstein, the passing of Mayor Ed Lee is a very sad day for San Francisco and all of us who knew him. Governor Jerry Brown said Ed was a true champion for working people and epitomized the California spirit. At first, Mayor Ed Lee was a rather reluctant politician after spending decades at City Hall working behind the scenes. KPIX 5's Ann Makovic has more on his political rise.
For all of the diversity of San Francisco, let's put on a really great international celebration of diversity this year.
That's Mayor Ed Lee kicking off this year's Lunar New Year celebration.
Happy 100th birthday to the city of San Francisco!
One of many happy moments during his 7 years as San Francisco's mayor. Mayor Ed Lee was first appointed mayor by the Board of Supervisors in January 2011 after Gavin Newsom left to become lieutenant governor. At first, Lee said he would not run for the job that November, but then...
Thank you for blessing me and the rest of the city with Mayor Ed Lee.
A groundswell of encouragement for him to do so. This YouTube video featuring MC Hammer was part of his campaign when he easily won election in November 2011.
I think that the voters here in San Francisco have said that they want this city to continue the work that we have done.
Lee won re-election in 2015 and was less than halfway through his term when he passed away this morning.
I can't imagine the city without Ed Lee.
Lee's close friend and former San Francisco Mayor Willie Brown.
He had literally been the best qualified person ever to hold the job. Ed Lee earned that title by demonstration of being an efficient person who could manage a huge enterprise like San Francisco.
Lee was the head of San Francisco's Human Rights Commission in the 90s, then the Public Works Director and the city administrator before becoming mayor. He grew up in public housing in Seattle and worked as a civil rights attorney representing low-income tenants. His public service continued as mayor, spending Thanksgivings carving turkeys at Blythe.
You really feel the love of the city.
It was a profound moment, actually, when we voted for him to become interim mayor of San Francisco, and when we elected him in a city that has had an incredibly long history of Chinese Americans, over 100 years, to have finally elected an Asian American mayor was both historic and profound.
He worked to merge the tech industry with old San Francisco and to try to stop chronic homelessness. He vigorously defended the city's sanctuary policies and worked for LGBT rights.
We're celebrating the diversity of the city, and everybody knows they can belong here in San Francisco. That's what I'm proud to be the mayor of.
And he made his mark on politics across the Bay. Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf calls him a mentor.
In this kind of rough and tumble world of politics, He truly was just a beacon of generosity and of decency, of compassion.
He clearly had a lot more to do and a lot more to give to the city. I'm going to miss him personally, and I think the city will miss him.
Always quick with the joke and rarely seen without a smile. Mayor Ed Lee was also a true family man. In fact, the first 2 job titles he lists on his Twitter profile are husband and father. But a little bit farther down, he lists himself as a mustache icon. He will be missed. In the newsroom, Ann Makovic, KPIX 5.
The Mayor Ed Lee no doubt left his mark on San Francisco. Alan Martin joins us now with a first look at how this mayor will be remembered.
Thought we would take a quick trip around the city because in almost every neighborhood there's a bit of Ed Lee's legacy. The first stop, South of Market neighborhood. Mayor Lee led the city during a time of unprecedented growth. He presided over a wave of development, including the construction of the Salesforce Tower. Then you add to that a crop of luxury high-rises that have changed the city's skyline. His projects were not without controversy. Take Lee's plan to revitalize the mid-market area. He lured tech startups to San Francisco, encouraging Twitter, Square, and others to set up shop along a blighted section of Market Street, and they got tax breaks worth millions. Critics, they call those incentives the Twitter tax break. Next stop, Chinatown. Mayor Lee was a huge proponent of Muni's Central Subway. That's despite ballooning costs and complaints about the construction. The 1.7-mile rail line that will connect the Caltrain depot to Chinatown is slated for completion in 2021. And maybe what the mayor was most proud of, he helped bring the Warriors back to San Francisco. Lee, a sports fanatic, spearheaded efforts to build an arena for the basketball team. He himself called it his legacy project. But also part of Mayor Lee's legacy, the downsides of rapid growth. The median home price in San Francisco doubled during Lee's time in office. Traffic, rent, and homelessness have all increased as well. So just like anyone who holds that office, pluses and minuses with that job.
It's a tough city to manage.
It is a tough job.
But I think we would agree
well.
he did a good job.
He did it well.
Good job.
Did it with a smile.